Hello, world. It's CuzTheInternet podcast. I'm your host, Trey.
And I'm your Jose. Let's get into it. I know it like things happen in full circle.
Mhm.
So the leaking of sex tapes is on the rise again.
Yeah,
First Nelly, then Lil
yeah,
Fizz.
yeah.
Do you think it was done on purpose just for publicity, or do you really think it was? See, okay, Nelly explained his
You're
thing,
not gonna bring
saying,
up the Isaiah Rashad?
I didn't even know about that one. Go on. Fill us in.
Isaiah Rashad a sex tape leaked of him, a gay sex tape, of him giving fellatio to a dude, and then like two dudes giving fellatio to him, and yeah, man. So that's why I was like the biggest one of them all this past week was Isaiah Rashad was. That is
I did not hear about that one.
yeah, yeah.
So my question is he denying it, or is he
He hasn't come out
just
with any
accepting it?
statements on it. But a lot of people have actually had his back on it, which I'm happy about. To be honest, his truth is his truth. At the end of the day, it is what it is. And whoever
That's exactly
put that out there was foul for that, because you don't push somebody into. He'll come out at his time if he chooses to. No one should take that from him. So again, I don't knock it, but it was still a shocker to the world, because again, he did not, at least come out in that way for the world to see, and it was just a drop, the leaked sex tape. So, but no, he has not denied it yet. But a lot of people have come and supported him, which they should, because again, his truth is his truth, and he shouldn't have to live in any kind of fear or anything to live and be happy. So that I feel you on. So.
No, for the people who leak sex tapes,
yeah,
there's a special place in between, I don't know, shit and hell where they belong. Because, okay, at one point, you do what you do with that person with the trust and everything in mind. So you guys record it, okay, cool. And now you guys may not be on great terms. You just want to extort them. I don't even know. But to do that, foul. I don't condone it. I don't co-sign it. I think those people should be punched in the face. Yeah. And that's it.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
But now you could get back to your original question. I just that one was a shocker this week.
It definitely is. Well, no, I was saying, Nelly, he was trying to put something on his story and he put that on it by mistake. My question is, okay, you have your phone. You have all types of videos in it. You know what? Maybe I'm different. I double, quadruple, a billion times check to make sure everything is okay. Not saying I put out stuff like this, but I'm just saying it can't happen to me, because I will make sure that it does not happen to me.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But then Lil Fizz, I mean, back to Nelly, he apologized to the young lady and her family.
Which
he
is
didn't
good.
want her together. Exactly.
Yeah.
Lil Fizz, we ain't hear nothing about. He didn't make a statement on it. But my initial question is, do you think it's done for publicity, or do you think it was really an accident?
I think I can't speak on both of them. That's the thing. But I think for the most part it would be an accident. And it can't, because this is Hollywood, right? Because even though they're in the music industry, it's Hollywood. So I think I would hope that it was an accident, realistically, because to put somebody on blast like that in social media, that's just horrible and wrong. Just like you said, a special place for them. So I hope it was an accident on Nelly's part. But with that being said, let me ask you, do you think that it's okay to shame? Because we all know it's wrong to body shame women. Nelly and Lil Fizz have had a little bit of body shaming going on their way after the sex tape. How do you feel about it? Like, do you think it is it's all fun, all in joke, or you know what, we should let people like that's his body? Like, how do you feel about it?
Yo, leave people alone. Their body
Mhm.
is their body, man. Like,
Okay.
yeah, leave people alone, man. Like, I'm sure there's something on everybody that everybody wants to, you know what, maybe if I lost a couple of pounds in my stomach or
Mhm.
whatever, leave people alone. Everybody is self-conscious about something,
Okay.
or majority of people. I can't say everybody because I don't know everybody, but everybody has
I
something
get
that
what you're saying. Yeah.
they're self-conscious about. So I mean, leave them, let them be them. Like, it is what it is.
It is what it is. No, I feel
And
you.
my thing is, a lot of the times, if you see the people who are making fun of these people,
Mhm.
you'd be like, do you really have the right to make this joke? Do
Mhm.
you really have the audacity, the gall to say something about that? Like,
Okay.
anyways, I find a lot of the times it's those people who, I guess, you know what? I feel like maybe it's because, you know what? This is all alleged speculation. This is just my thought.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not good looking. And in their mind, they have nothing going for them but their humor. So
Mhm.
they think, okay, you know what? I'll be the class clown. I'll make people laugh. And that's just their way of doing things. Because, like I said, most of the time, when you see these people, they're nothing to run home and tell mama about. They're
Okay.
just there. And I'm not there. I'm not here to call anybody ugly because there's somebody for everyone. But
Yeah.
it's like, bro, you don't have to say anything.
Okay.
It's fine. And that's how I
Okay.
feel. What do you feel about these people, body shaming people? Do you think
No,
it's
no.
funny? Do you think
Okay.
there's,
I think it is funny. Okay.
I
I
know,
think
that's
it
why
is
you're
funny.
messed up.
I think it's funny, but I the whole point is that whether it's funny or not, it doesn't matter, right? Like that's how I mostly see it. Like it doesn't matter. Like whether you're like, oh, you have a whatever size they're judging it on or whatever, it's like, who cares? Like that's the part that people don't understand, right? Like so you could be somebody that has the biggest, you could be somebody that has a medium, you can have someone else. But the amount of women Nelly is able to use his on excerpt the amount of whomsoever is mocking him. So isn't that the point of you talking about it? Like you're saying like, oh, da da da, but it's like you're judging him. Why? Like he's still living probably the lifestyle that you wish you could live. So
Yeah.
regardless of that, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just going on a tangent, but at the end of the day, it's like a lot of people mock and judge makes no sense because he's living his best life regardless of what you think or thought he was working with. He's still living his life. And realistically, not to take up for him, but I've never heard anybody judging him. It's only
Yeah.
the internet judging him. Therefore, it's like, why do you care about it? You know what I mean? Like, why does
Yeah.
it matter to you what he's working with? So it's just one of those things, but it's still funny. It's still funny. People do come up with a lot of funny things, and that's no, I can't knock it. Like it's mind you, it's not about me, but if something funny is said about me, I will laugh. Like you get what I mean? Like I it might
Yeah.
hurt, it might suck because, but if someone says something funny enough, even in a hurtful moment, I'll laugh because I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of these things that people have been saying about Lil Fizz and Nelly have been hilarious. So hopefully they find humor in that. That's how I
And
see
you know
it.
what? Even if they don't find humor in it,
Mhm.
the way the world is set up nowadays, by tomorrow, no one's going to be talking about it anyways.
Yeah.
It's going to be over with, done with. They're going to go back to doing what they do, wooing who they woo. It's going to be what it is. Doesn't
So,
matter.
the funny thing, crazy thing, side note, just side note, like, do you want to see Nelly and Lil Fizz's penis blowing in the wind? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Just a little side note.
You're so stupid. Okay, so back to my initial question.
Mm.
Do you think it's that time of year again where people are gonna be dropping sex tapes just because it's a hot thing to do? I only ask because I'm planning on dropping mine.
Mm.
I'm gonna release the titles, so be on the lookout for it, ladies. But it's gonna be by accident, so please don't get mad at me like me. Okay, so the first one is called Chocolate Giddy Up. Pressure Bust Pipe.
Biden.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Then there's the sequel, Chocolate Giddy Up, Second Round Knockout.
Okay.
I'm just saying, so look out for it. It's gonna be on what is it? It'll be on World Star, Pornhub.
That's pretty good.
Internet.
That's pretty good. I was gonna drop one. It would have been like Trey, and then it would be like I tried. You know, it would just the sequel's like seriously, I tried, and then just it would be like. But you know, I think you gotta be true to yourselves, right? Isaiah Rashad, you gotta be true to yourself. That's it. You know what I mean? We gotta know what we're working with.
And then the memes for years is gonna be like Trey blowing in the wind. Why don't even blow in the wind? It's just.
Why is he always hard? Just at the basketball court. Yeah.
So, sexual assault in the metaverse. Woman alleges she was gang raped within 60 seconds of joining the virtual world. How do you feel about that?
See, now you're trying to get me canceled. All right, so listen.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you're definitely all right. So listen. Start it off by saying rape in any way is wrong. Rape is wrong. Never, ever, ever be under a jail if you ever do it. Disgusting human being. You're not even a human being if you do it. Disgusting. Wrong. Now, metaverse, I can see how people cannot be taking it serious. And then someone else can take it serious, though, mind you. Yeah. That's the problem, maybe, because she might have been like, yo, this is my avatar. This is how I am, or blah, blah, blah. So she could have personalized it. But the people gang raping her, which is disgusting and horrible, even saying it sounds horrible.
Yeah.
But it could have been like 3 women, for all she knows, just their avatars acting it out, which is a horrible act, but they could have just been laughing, joking, really not taking it to the seriousness that it can be in a real human form. So with that being said, I think that rape, regardless, is disgusting. No matter how you put it, in internet, movies, it's disgusting. It grosses me out anytime you see it. But I can also be like, maybe these are people playing around, not taking it as serious as somebody, because everyone knows you could just take off that VR and go about your day. You know what I mean? Like, so it's really not something that you should be living through. So with that being said, I think that this is new ground, and there is going to be some limits set to this, I'm assuming. But for her to say that she got raped and want to press charges and go through a whole ordeal because of the metaverse, I think is still extreme. And that is not to mock anybody that's been through rape or going through it. That's not at all. But I'm just saying that specific situation, as far as the metaverse, you can legit take off your VR glasses and goggles and go about your day. That's how I feel about it. How about you?
How the world is working now. They're trying to do it where you can put on a whole suit and you can feel everything and it's going to be lifelike. And years from now, I foresee it happening. So what happens in that time when something like this happens? then you understand what I'm saying? So I mean, as much as we're like, it seems weird, like you said, just take off the goggles and you're good. Like
Yeah.
maybe it was more of the principle. That's what bothered her. Because it's like, I just got into this 60 seconds in and people are there's like where I can't even remember it, so I'm not even gonna say it. But as soon as she walks in, she gets assaulted by a group of dudes, or their avatars are dudes. She gets assaulted by them and she's disgusted because 60 seconds in and this is what happens to her. It's like going somewhere new for the first time and something happening, like a horrible experience when everybody else is like, oh, it's amazing, it's great. You have a horrible experience your first time. It's like, I don't ever want to go back, and it leaves a dirty, like a nasty taste in your mouth. So I don't blame her for feeling the way she feels because, like I said, in the future, what they're aiming for are putting those chips in your head so you can feel things. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, people they're trying to take it to next levels. So once again, as funny as people will find it, as stupid as people may find it, as serious as people may find it, I still think you should take it seriously, because as much as those people may joke about it and think it's not serious, in the future, when it does become that serious and you do like virtually assault someone like that, and they are able to feel it, and
that's the thing. If you're able to feel it, I think that's a different thing. But now I agree with you in some ways, like to set the precedent. Like if like, look, this is what it's going to be. This is what's allowed in it. This is what's not allowed in it. I agree with that 1000%. I think they should set ground rules. Like if you do this, you're not going to be allowed in. It's your virtual jail will be being kicked out of it. You know what I mean? And I think that makes actual sense if that's what it will be. But now to actually press charges at least at this point of my understanding of it, or try to get people put in jail for a virtual thing, which is still disgusting. They should not even have thought of it. But I can see how idiotic it is that you would people would do it just because it's so stupid. You know, not that they want to do it. It's just like, look at my avatar humping your avatar. Ha ha ha. Rather than an actual someone taking a personal attack on them. So, and again, rape is not a joke. It's not okay. We all agree on this. So, but I'm just saying, at this point in time, with these avatars and how it's being set up, I don't know if it should be taken into a legal form. You know what I mean? As someone joked around with my avatar. Well, joked around loosely because it could be sickos, mind you, but someone joked around my avatar. And now I want to put them in jail for the same amount of time as someone would go to jail for an actual, assault. And then that's the part where it's kind of difficult to assess.
Exactly. So there's this new thing that I want to do. It's, I guess, called Things That Keep Me Up at Night, or Things I Think of at Night. I don't know the title yet, but something along those lines.
Okay.
Now, obviously, you can tell I have a lot of time on my hands because I think about a lot of things. Suppose when those people raped or sexually assaulted that lady in the MetaVerse. Okay, so it's a bunch of dudes thinking it was going to be funny, and they did what they did.
Yeah.
After they were done, they find out that it was actually a man pretending to be a girl in real life. So now, in their minds, they've sexually assaulted a man. Do you think they'll be disgusted and grossed out by it? Or do you think it's just going to be one of those things where, okay, it was what it was and we move on? And I ask this because you know how, like, in real life, dudes will go to the club, or even women go to the club, and they meet somebody, and they're like, okay, yeah. They go home with that person, and then all of a sudden it's shock value, like, oh my gosh, what happened? And then you hear about the violence against them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you think it will be the same energy they will keep if it happens to them in the MetaVerse?
I hope so. Because that's the thing. I want to make sure it's clear. I don't condone their actions in the MetaVerse, right? So I hope so. I hope that disgusts them and makes them totally against what they're doing. Because again, that's foolishness. Again, if somebody's coming into that metaverse enjoying themselves, not trying to mess with nobody, you know what I mean? And the thing is, again, these are avatars. So this could be somebody that it might not, it could be a girl, it could be a guy, it could be someone underage, it could be someone older, but that's the point. You don't know. And you're tainting an individual's mindset regardless.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's okay at all. Like that's it. So I don't think it's okay. So hopefully there is a repercussion for what they do. It's just more so, is it real life repercussions or metaverse repercussions? That's more so how I see it. So I hope if they are in a situation that they find out like it was really a dude behind it and that dude is going to search them up and beat them up. I hope something like that happens where people realize.
Even the dude doesn't search them up and beat them up. The dude say now he puts them on blast and puts it out saying that they like.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm not even trying to get into all that, but like
your butt ussy, you're pregnant ussy. That's what you hoping they. That's what you hope they like. That's what you're talking about. Okay. That's your hope. So,
man, that's why I'm drinking water. I need more water in my life.
I feel you.
Yeah. So stuff that keep me up at night, it was one of those.
No, I feel you. That's a good question. It's definitely something. It's weird that it keeps you up at night, but it's definitely a good question.
We're gonna talk about Cigar Bay.
Okay.
So there was a lady who was conversing with a gentleman online, and through them going back and forth and interacting, she found out that he liked cigars.
Yeah.
And so before their first date, she went home and she told her parents about it. And her dad, because he is a cigar smoker, he had cigars at his house and he gave her or gifted his daughter a good cigar to gift the wooer. What's the word I'm looking for? She's trying to woo him, so I'm saying the wooer, the wooey.
Wow.
I don't know. But you get what I'm saying.
The guy she likes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's trying to woo him, so she's gonna gift him a cigar. And then the mother says, well, you can't just give him a cigar just like that. So she got an envelope, tied it up with a piece of rope, made it look pretty. And
cigar and a cutter. Cigar and a cutter.
Oh, yeah. And the cutter for the cigar.
Yeah.
To gift to him. And so now people, I guess mixed reviews. Some people liked it. Some people are dragging her for doing it.
Yeah.
In your words, she'd probably be a simp. I don't know. But my question for you is, how do you feel about that whole situation?
All right. So how about you not try to take my words, first of all? Secondly, she isn't a simp at all, bro. That is bae. And I don't even like using that word, but that's bae, not cigar bae. That's bae. Like somebody that just shows a nice gesture is different from somebody that goes out of their way and like, hey, you know what I mean? I'll take you on a trip to Cuba. That's a simp. But no, the person she's interested in likes cigars. She knows her father is a connoisseur of cigars. And she's like, yo, I met this cool person. I'm digging him. Would you mind passing whatever? Or her dad actually is like, yo, you know what? Here, give him this cigar. And then the mother's like, yo, you can't just give him the cigar, give him the cutter. There's nothing wrong with that. And as a man, you actually appreciate somebody paying attention to what you like and actually taking the time to put it into work. So it's not simping at all. That is actually something that people should do, man or woman. But since we're talking about a woman, you should pay attention to the little details and work with it. Like that's how you show somebody you're actually interested in them. So I see nothing wrong with it. I think she did a great job. If he doesn't like her or if it doesn't work out, I guarantee you he'll always respect her though. He'll always be like, she was the one that, you know what I mean? Like, and I respect it. She did a good job actually. She left a mark. How about you?
So the word I was looking for was suitor. That was the word I was trying to say the whole time. Suitor. But it's neither here nor there. No, I really do respect it. Like you were saying, if
Yeah.
if it doesn't work out with them and he does go on to other
Yeah.
relationships, at least like women do, he'll have a standard that he'll go by.
Exactly.
Hey, if I speak to you and you gave me little gestures saying, "Oh, I like Ferrero Rocher chocolates, but not the regular ones, the coconut ones," and he gets you a 3-pack from the dollar store, there you go. It's like, oh wow, you really listened to what I was saying. I'm like, yeah,
Exactly.
it's the little things that count. See, a lot of people
100%.
think it's the big things. Oh, like let me take you on vacation, let me do this for you, I'll buy you all types of diamonds, jewelry. But yeah, the little things also add up. So
Yeah.
you can do all those things, but it's like, okay, if you have money, it's easy for you to do those things.
Yeah.
But to listen to somebody and take the time to appreciate them the way they want to be appreciated, I find nothing wrong with that.
At
It's like
all.
women going on date with men and a man bringing flowers to her. Is there anything wrong with that? Like, I don't understand why
It's
it's
even
such a problem.
it's more than that. It's more than that. It's like a man going on a date with a woman and she's saying like, I'm allergic to flowers. So he brings her something else, like some chocolates, be like,
Exactly.
or chocolates that are shaped of flowers. Be like, I know
Exactly.
that you're allergic to it. You pay attention to the details, and that's what actually counts. So, man, that's it.
Exactly. And so
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think anything was wrong with anything she did.
Mhm.
I think her parents are amazing for
Yeah.
standing behind her and helping her with that. I think she's
Exactly.
amazing for thinking of him to do all these things.
Yeah.
You know what? She deserves whatever she wants in life. I hope this relationship works out and
Big
they're
fan.
great and they continue to make each
Mhm.
other happy, because like there was absolutely nothing wrong with it. I don't understand people. People
100%.
people are people, man.
And that's why when you got a dime, you hold on to them, man, because people just don't know what they look for. I got a dime plus 99. You feel me? How about you? You talk. You feel? How you feel about it? How you talk to me? Tell me something. How you feel?
I didn't know we were doing this. I didn't know we were doing this.
No, tell me something. Go on in.
Man. You
This
know,
nigga
I'm
about
gonna
to
get back
cry.
to you
This
on that.
nigga about to cry. I'm like, no, we were just
that.
saying stuff. You're like, you know, the way, gee, like whatever. Hey,
You know, and I'm an R&B connoisseur, but I cannot think of no lines right now. None.
There's a meeting in my bedroom. Man. I was like, yeah, I guess so. You know, he hit that note. Yeah.
I seen this post, okay? So you book a vacation with a woman you thought was your shorty, and she tells you to get her a separate bed. What's the what's the next move? I'll go first.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Now, before these people book these vacations, staycations, whatever it is, it's like asking someone to marry you, but not reading the room, the emotions, the person. Are you just doing this because you think this is what they want? Or are you doing this because you know this is definitely what they want? Because you book a vacation and she says, okay, get me a separate bed. Were you guys really even in that stage to be doing vacations? Were you trying to impress her and that's why you wanted to say, okay, I'm gonna fly you out, I'm gonna get you all these things? I don't understand. Now, if she was that person where you were trying to get to know her and you were trying to woo her, then getting her a separate bed, I understand that. If she asked for a separate bed, I understand that. But if you guys are in a relationship, then that's weird. We need to speak. You need to answer some questions. Like, why do you maybe we've okay, or maybe they're in a relationship they haven't been intimate yet. Then I can understand.
Or not really spend real time with each other. Like you could be intimate and still not know each other. It could be one of those situations too.
Yeah.
You know? Because that's what I was about to say. I don't think it's that weird. Unless you have not been intimate with the person or something, boom, boom, boom. Because some people just don't like sleeping with other people. I need my own space type of people. So if that's the case, you could take personal if you want, but no, that's their comfortability. Eventually, you'll try to mold it together. But if you guys only been talking for a couple of months and she might sleep over once or twice, but she knows you're gonna be there for a week, and she's like, I can't get good sleep, like sleeping beside you. You gotta respect it. So I get what you're saying too, like, but I don't think it's that deep. If I just met somebody, and we're good, we're intimate, we're chilling, but and she's like, yeah, I'm down to go on this trip with you. Can we get like a room with 2 beds though? I'd be like, as long as we live in that life, I'm not gonna take it personal. I might ask like, why did you want? And she's like, you sleep horrible. Like, like I was trying to sleep with you. You punched me in my face 2 times while you were sleeping. Can't do it. I'd be like, I get it, but I wouldn't take it personal unless it was something like, she's not trying to get intimate, not trying to be close to me. She just wants to go on vacation. Then I'd be like, okay, you're just using me. But other than that, I think that there's multiple reasons why somebody might want an extra bed. Just say it.
Or their own bed. But
yeah.
So, and then even if, I'm not saying, obviously we're talking about hypothetical or hypothetically, and this is obviously in the beginning of the relationship, because, okay, if years and years have gone on and you're saying, okay, you want your own bed. Now I'm thinking, okay, you get married.
Yeah. No, I was just listening to what you're saying, because you're saying years and years gone on, you're saying you want your own bed. Then
then that's weird, because
the
you guys get married
could be ending soon.
This is exactly where I was getting at. I was like, okay, this has to be a new relationship type thing.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make sense. Even if it was months and it's like, okay, you sleep bad, I won't get any good sleep. Okay, that's cool, but we're on vacation. Who really sleeps on vacation? Like, you go away somewhere hot.
Yeah.
You are up chilling, drinking.
I sleep on vacation. I ain't gonna lie. I love sleeping on vacation, because I ain't gonna tell you my routine on vacation, but my routine on vacation is you chill, extracurricular activity, grown up talk, you drinking. Who knows? You might like something. Who knows? Nobody's here to judge. You go out and party, you sleep, you wake up, you might like something, grown up talk, and then you might, and then you might go to sleep, take a nap real quick again. Like, sleeping, grown up talk, drinking, maybe lighting something. That's vacation. Just say it. Just so that would out there.
On vacation, I really don't. Well, I don't sleep in. So
I take naps.
I don't even.
Oh, I take good naps.
But I mean, hey, that's some people. But I know. I don't sleep. So.
I need to rejuvenate. Feel me?
I've seen this post, and I'm gonna ask you. Obviously, the question. Anyways, just here. Okay, for the second time, he's caught his wife riding on the back of a man's motorcycle who is not a relative or friend he knows about. He told her the first time it was inappropriate and he considered it cheating. She doesn't think she did anything wrong. She says she just likes to go for a ride from time to time. He has since filed for divorce and moved out of their home. She believes he is overreacting to a minor incident and should just let it go. Is he wrong?
No, he's not wrong. Now, again, all right. So I said he's not wrong because he knows what he's willing to stand for. Therefore, he's not wrong. I can't say he might be wrong due to the fact that, has he tried working with her though? Has he spoke to her about it, as far as saying, what if I got a motorcycle? Look inward as well. Be like, if I got a motorcycle, and would you be willing to, if you were open to getting a motorcycle as well? If he's afraid of motorcycles, if he's afraid of motorcycles, then that defeats purpose. But I'm saying, if he's not though, because some people are just stuck in their ways. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're enjoying it, I don't like it, boom, boom, boom. But if I know that's what you really enjoy, like you really enjoy riding on motorcycles, and you're my partner, if I got a motorcycle, I want you to cut it out as far as riding on anybody else's. Will you only ride on mine? Is that the case? If we could agree on that and I'm not opposed to it, I think you could work to it. Like that's what I think relationships are. You're working together. You try to find some common ground. So therefore, like if that's something a deal breaker for him and a deal breaker for her, I think they could work together. But if it's something as far as he's afraid of it. When he was younger, he got into an accident with a motorcycle and he'll never ride it again. And she's not willing to give up on that. I say you cut it loose. Nothing's more important than your happiness. So if he's not feeling it and he feels as though she is not respecting his limits that he's drawing, definitely, I don't think he's overreacting at all. But I also think that if he has not tried working with her, he is at fault as well. That's how I see it.
So my question is, you're saying if he has not tried working with her. So suppose it is the situation where he got into an accident with a motorcycle when he was young. He's afraid of motorcycles, wanting to deal with it. How does he work with her with that?
You don't. That's when you're able to, if you explain your outlook and why it's not a possibility for you, and the person doesn't respect it or appreciate it, it's not that the person is maybe even a bad person, but it's the fact that you guys cannot connect. Like that's a deal breaker for me. Yeah, that's a deal breaker. So it just cannot happen. And every time you do this, I'm going to feel disrespected and insulted. It's better we just leave it at that. But again, if it's not one of those situations and he's just being hard-headed and be like, you should not do this, but he's not willing to work with you and be like, all right.
Okay, hold on.
Go ahead.
So hear me out. Okay. Now he's just now suppose he's just being hard-headed.
Yeah.
But it's not really him being hard-headed. He just finds it disrespectful that you are riding on the back of motorcycles of men he does not know about. So these are not your friends or relatives. These are just random men in his eyes that you're going on the back of their motorcycle and riding. He says that's disrespectful. Don't do it. Yeah. And she continues to do it. Even if he's tried working with it, he's already voiced his opinion saying he finds it disrespectful. So how does he go about trying to make it work with her if that's what the situation is?
How I would say he would work with her, in my opinion, again, is by saying, if I were to listen, I'll get my bike license. I don't want you riding on no other man's bike. But if he's not willing to get the bike license, again, for her, that might be her deal breaker, though. You get what I'm trying to say? For her, she's like, this is what I like doing. This is what it reminds me of my childhood. My dad used to have a bike, and this is why I do it. Like whenever I love it. This brings me this nostalgia. Now, again, I'm not saying she's right or wrong. You should respect your partner on both sides. Like she should respect him. Like if he says no, but he's also not trying to bring that joy to her at that moment. You get what I mean? He's just saying, don't do this, but he's also not trying to find a solution. You get what I mean? So it's like, I could tell you, hey, you're like, yo, I love eating chocolate. I love eating chocolate. I'm like, bro, don't eat chocolate. Yeah, cool. And then like, so like, are you going to tell me something else? Like, can I, are you going to say something just as good as chocolate? No, just don't do it. I don't think that's also fair. I'm just speaking as far as a fair, like you have to give a solution too. If you're telling someone don't do something, mind you, I'm being very open-minded here because I do believe if you feel something is hurtful and bothers you, you should voice it. You shouldn't always, but I also do agree that I do believe that if I'm going to tell you not to do something, I'm going to tell you the reason why, and I'm going to try to find a solution to it. Like, again, I don't have a motorcycle, but if my wife's like, I really need to, ride on a motorcycle, I would be like, okay, I'm not into motorcycles, but I got a four-wheeler. You know what I mean? I would try to try to make things work on both sides. That's what you try to do. But to just say, stop doing something that somebody, clearly she's infatuated. Clearly she loves doing it. Because if it was that easy for her to stop, I'm assuming she would stop. So you need to see or try to find out a solution to that problem. Whether it's you getting a bike, whether it's you getting a four-wheeler or a T-Rex, something, but you guys need to work together to find a solution. That's how I see it.
No, they definitely should work together. Because I mean, it's not their boyfriend and girlfriend, they're husband and wife. And he's filing for divorce because that's how much it bothered him. So at that point, is your marriage worth riding on the back of a motorcycle?
It can be. That's the point. That's the problem. And that's what he needs to, in my opinion, find out why. Why does riding on the back of that motorcycle mean that much to you? And if she gives you a good enough reason and you're not opposed to that getting a bike, that's the whole point. If he's opposed to it, that's a different argument. But if he's not opposed to it, it's just that he doesn't want her, then get a bike then.
Okay. And see, this is the thing. I don't think it has anything to do with really the just being on a bike. It's being on random men's bikes. If you have friends or family members, go for a ride with them. Why does it have to be a stranger?
But maybe friends and family members don't have bikes. And I'm not trying to cape for her. I am not trying to cape for her. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, she's clearly making her decision. She is. You told her how you feel. She said. So he already made his decision. He's like, I'm not standing for it. Cool. But I'm saying if you feel as though it's worth fighting for, then you try to find some resolution. You try to find a common ground. Like, listen, don't ride on any dude's bike. I'm gonna get my license for a bike within the next year. Only my bike. If you do, I know you're playing around. Like, you clearly don't respect me. You try to work with the person and try to find some common ground. If that's not possible, then you let it go. That's how I see it. She should respect his wishes, but if you're not giving a solution, all you're trying to do is dictate something. That's how I see it.
Okay, so suppose, I don't know, well, it doesn't matter. Suppose whoever, whatever. But it's the same thing as, you know what? 9 months to live. I want to have sex with my ex one last time because it was mind-blowing. I find it's the same type of thing because, okay, I told you already, no, I'm not comfortable with you riding on strangers' bikes, on the back of their bikes. Maybe it's jealousy, maybe it's insecurities, whatever it is. Maybe because I have something against bikes and I just think they're dangerous. We don't know. But he does not want her riding it. At the end of the day, it's not to say you know these people. If you really love the feeling of being on a bike, get your bicycle. Get your bike license. Ride a bike yourself.
I agree with you. You'll never get me to not agree with that step. I fully agree with it. But all I'm trying to say is trying to be clear-minded with this. You try to find some common ground. That's all I'm trying to say. You try to find okay.
The common ground is get your own bike license then if you love
that's
bikes.
That's not common ground. She likes maybe, like I said, it could bring that, it could be nostalgic to as a kid riding with her father. And that's what it brings back to her. I'm just saying. I know it's a far stretch. I'm coming up with a different synopsis. It is. I'm coming up, but I'm just saying, if it's something like that, it's like, it's not about her having a bike. It's about the man in her life having a bike. And that's what she wants. That's what she's looking for. And that's what you need to get to the meat of it. And that's all I'm trying to say. When you're in a relationship, marriage, dating, you try to understand each other. So it's not necessarily a situation of, you know what, don't like it, stop. Of course it's don't like it, stop. I'm not going to lie. It definitely is don't like it, stop. But you also try to find why and see if you could, come into that part that's missing, or you know what I mean, help that part. That's all I'm trying to say.
So if your wife told you she was riding on back of men's bikes,
why you gotta do this to me? Hell no. Hell no. And I don't have a bike license at all. No. I was like, are you crazy? You lost your damn mind. Yeah, you damn mind. Were you in the even if she was in the go-kart, like the buggy beside, I'd still be like, yo, did you let that thing give you a ride for real? I'd still have a problem with it. So 100% not cool with it. Nah, not at all. No.
You were just trying to play devil's advocate right now. That's what you were doing.
100%. I'm just trying to be clear-minded, bro. Clearly, I'd be like, listen, you play with the wrong one. Play with the wrong one. Not cool, man.
But see, this is the reason why I asked the question, because I was like, I know what your real answer would be. Why are you not giving this real answer? You're like, you know what, it could be. I was like, I'm trying to pry and say other things. I'm like, well, maybe. And you're like, well, you know,
nah, dude.
I'm like,
nah, you gotta be all the way fucked up, bro. Nah, bro, we ain't have this. Oh, you was in the car. You was in the title. Okay.
All right. So, you know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for Tales on the Internet. Internet. All right. So, the post goes as follows. If you found out that your significant other doesn't find you physically attractive but loves your personality, how would you feel, and would you stay with them?
Okay, so excuse me. So yes, I would. Because the key word is, you said love, right? And if you're saying love, that means the person is regardless into you.
No, they love your personality.
Yeah, but they love you. They love an aspect of it. Like they're invested into you. Like you might not be their type, but they love an aspect of you. So if for me to feel better, I might go to the gym, do whatever for myself. But that's not why she's with me. She's with me because of a part of me brings her joy. So that's why I would still stay, because it doesn't change why they're with me. They're with me and they love a part of me. So I'm cool with that. It's more so like, if, you know what I mean? If you would have said the person doesn't love you, but they love the money you make, that's what it's just like, okay, no, but you actually love a part of me. I'm cool with that. If there's a part that I'm insecure about, I'll try to do for myself. But I know you're with me because of something that I bring to you. Thanks. So that I'm cool with that. How about you?
Yeah, and this is what I was talking about, them body shaming Nelly and Little Fizz, because maybe they were not the lookers, so they had the personalities, they had the class clown characteristics, and so on and so forth. There are a lot of people where you meet them at first and you're like, meh, but you get to know them, and you're like, yo, this person, and that changes your look on that person, because you're like, yo, that person's beautiful. Or you see really beautiful people and you get to speaking to them and you're like, yo, you are so ugly. Like, ugh. And no matter what, it can't be unseen. You see what you see and you're not attracted to that person. So if you find out your girl or your dude doesn't find you attractive, but they love your personality, I mean, it is what it is.
But I think that's it's like a trick question, mind you, because you're saying doesn't find you attractive, but loves you, because
loves your
personality is attraction. You get what I mean? Like, and that does help the way you assess somebody. You get what I mean? Like when you're
but they say they don't find you physically attractive.
No, I understand, but I find, so, I mean, in my opinion, physical attraction, it kind of
your looks.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
I agree.
It doesn't tie in with your personality.
It does, because the type of comments, joking and stuff matches the face. You get what I mean? Like a stupid gesture, a joking gesture might match the humor. With like they coincide. So you'd be like, yo, that. But mind you, I got a dime plus 99. You feel me? So I don't really worry about that. I'm just saying. Some other cats, you feel me? You know, them dudes, you feel me?
I mean, personally, Um,
Mm.
At the end of the day, I already shot at the club, so she stuck with me for the rest of my life.
For real. I'm gonna call the police. I'm gonna call the police. You shoot up clubs there.
So there was a post that I want you to look at.
Mm.
It happened in Atlanta.
Let me hear something.
But anyways, basically the headline of the post goes, man checks his camera while at work, catches his girlfriend cheating, and then this happens.
Yeah.
So basically he's on his lunch break and he's checking the cameras in his house and he sees a car pull up, his girl get out the car, some random dude holding hands, and she walks into the house. And so they walk into the house, they start kissing, start undressing each other, then she brings him upstairs. Cool.
Yeah.
So in all this time, he drives home and he's recording what he's seeing on his camera, saying he doesn't usually do this, or mess with social media, but look at this, and he's bought this house, he's bought her everything, and how can she do this to him? He's paying for her to go to school, and yada yada yada. Comes inside. Long story short, kicks them out the house.
Yeah.
And she's trying to apologize. I'm sorry, I love you, babe, whatever. And he's like, yo, get out of my house. Cussing the dude's thing too. Get out of the house. How did you feel about that whole situation?
All right. Listen, he handled it perfectly. That's the way you should handle it. You get home, get out my house. You want to hurt the dude. You do. He wanted to hurt the dude, but the dude didn't do nothing directly to him. So he's like, G, get out my house. You know I'd kill you. You know I would kill you. Get out my house. Why are you still standing there? You looking bad goofy right now. Get out my house. Telling her, get out my house. She's trying to explain, trying to whatever. He did not put a hand to any of them. Get out my house. That's honestly the way you should hold it. That's the way you should hold it. Take the L. Take the L. Everybody holds an L, no matter what. We don't know what aspect of your life. Everybody holds an L at some point. You take that L. You keep it moving. No point making things worse, hurting somebody, going to jail. Kick them out your house. You keep it moving, bro. She wasn't worth it. She's definitely not worth you going to jail. If she's willing to do that, she's definitely not worth you going to jail. She handled it perfectly. I actually respected it. I was like, nobody can knock that hustle. I appreciated it. How about
I'm
you?
not gonna lie. I appreciated how he handled it. Definitely.
Yeah.
Hands down, he handled it perfectly.
Perfect.
The only thing that bothered me.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like a double-edged sword because now what bothered me was the fact that he recorded it and put it out there. Now, if he didn't record it, we wouldn't know about it to talk about it. Yeah. But him recording it, I'm like, it's nobody else's business but yours. You don't have to prove this to anybody.
I don't agree. The reason I don't agree is because, and that's what sucks with his life, this life and times right now. You have to record. If you don't record, she could say you put hands on her.
No. I understand that. Record it. You don't have to put it on social media for everybody else to see. That's what bothered me.
I agree.
Like, yes, record it because, like you said, if she could have been like, "Oh, he hit me," like, no, I didn't. But even if at the same time you have cameras all over your house.
No, you do, but it's just more so a direct. Everything happens step by step. The cameras, he didn't have one in his bedroom, right? So
I have a question.
Yeah.
How did she not know there were cameras?
I think she did know there were cameras, but that's where people get too comfortable. She's been sneaking around with this dude for, I'm just giving an example, months. Dude never questioned it. She knows he doesn't even look at the cameras. Why look at the cameras? So she's like, clearly he doesn't look at the cameras. He lucked out this one time, but that don't mean that it hasn't been going on forever. So yes, it happens. It's just like what they say with people that steal, like crooks. What cops say, they're like, you might get away with it 1,000,000 times, but I just need to catch you once. And it's the same thing. He caught her that one time, but she could have been living this lifestyle forever. One of those things.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, that was the only thing that bothered me. the putting it on social media. Record it definitely to save yourself.
I know. It's a soft tactic. It's a soft tactic, but it's a payback tactic too. Don't get me wrong. It's something that it gives immediate gratification. I'm not saying it's right, but it gives immediate, like, this chick did this to me. Like, it puts her on blast. It's wrong. I'm not saying it's okay, but it's still one of those immediate, like, I'm gonna let the world know the type of person you are. Because when you hear a story, it doesn't hit the same. Like, if you were to, not you, but if somebody were to tell me, like, yo, da da da, and I walked in and she was, I'd be like, oh damn, yo, that sucks. Yo, are you sure they weren't just chilling? When you see it, you're like, yo, she was in bed with this dude. Like, and I think that's more so why people put it up. It's just just so, like, yo, this is what happened. This is the type of person you are. You can't explain yourself out of this. So, DaBaby and Danileigh's brother. So, we all know what happened with DaBaby and Danileigh. She has his baby, and then through public social media, kicking her out of his house, this whole thing happens, right? And then her brother comes on social media saying, like, yo, ain't gonna disrespect my sister. I want to see you. When I see you, it's on site. Da 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 da. Now, there was a party going on at a bowling alley. DaBaby and his crew and everybody was there. Danileigh's brother was there, and an altercation happened. And how do you feel about it? Who do you think was in the wrong, if anybody was in the wrong? How do you feel?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I only seen a scuffle happening in the bowling alley, and then I heard it was Danileigh's brother and DaBaby or their crews.
Yeah.
But I don't know exactly what happened. I don't know why it started. Well, I mean, obviously I can speculate why it happened, but I mean, at the end of the, I don't know. People have egos and they try to feed these egos and stroke these egos. You know what? She has a child with him.
Yeah.
You may not like him. He may not like you. But at the end of the day, it's not about you guys. It's about the child. Just make sure the child is happy. You don't have to talk to him. You don't have to mess with him. Like, I personally would just stay away. Okay, cool. Not to say I'd run away from him.
Yeah.
If we ended up at the same bowling alley, it's okay. You stay there. You do you. I'm going to stay here and do me.
Yeah.
And that's it. But I'm not going to, I mean, I'm not one who's for confrontation, but if push comes to shove and I have to protect myself or my family and ones I love, then I mean, hey, I'm going to do what I have to do. But I'm not going to talk out the side of my neck. Yo, next time I see you, smack a spark out the side of your face. And like, no, it is what it is. Okay, I don't mess with you. You don't have to mess with my family anymore. We're good. And it is what it is. That's how I feel. You?
All right. So I know you hate when I do this, but I have two sides to this, right? So one side, I feel both sides of what happened. Now, if I were Danileigh's brother and somebody calling my sister out of her name on social media, saying she a jump off, just pretty much disrespecting her, I'd be like, gee, when I see you, it's on. Like, there's no question. It's on. Like, that's what it is. Would I go to social media and say it? No, but I understand why you went social media, because it was done on social media. So now you have to make sure the world knows that somebody out there has your sister's back. Like, you know what I mean? So you're going out there saying, like, yo, you're going to have to answer to what you said. You know what I mean? And how you treat her. So I get it. Would I do that? No, I would legit pull up to his house and smack fire out of him personally. But I get where he was coming from. Now, if I'm DaBaby, you told me on social media, it's on site. So if I see you somewhere and you come up to me asking to talk, all my people saw you say it's on site, they're going to handle it accordingly, because they know what you said, your intention. You know what I mean? So there's no real talking. You already said you want to hurt me and harm me. They're going to make sure that doesn't happen. It's ugly and disgusting. I don't know where I stand on this. I think DaBaby's people handled it right, to be honest. Like that's how you're supposed to handle something. If somebody comes up and they previously threatened your boy or the security, I'm just saying, your client, you're supposed to make sure they're not a threat anymore. They handle it right. Him going up to him, and what he said was he was going up to him to talk. Therefore,
who was going up to who to talk?
Danileigh's brother said he was going up to him. Just he asked him as a man, like, "Yo, let's just go. I want to talk to you man to man." That's what he said. So I could understand that too. Some time has passed. You see him, you're like, "Yo, let me talk." He might have just been like, "Listen, I know I said whatever to you, but the way you treated my sister on social media, that was foul." He might have really wanted to talk to him and be like, "Listen, I thought you were cool. This is what it is, but you disrespected her, and that's not cool." He might have wanted to. But if I was him and I know what I said, I would have went over there and swung on him off the top. Real talk. If you give a live threat, be ready to take that whooping. You take that whooping like Gunplay with G Unit. I don't know if you remember when Gunplay saw G Unit, he swung at 50. He might have missed, who knows? But he took that L. You have to be ready to take that L, bro. You called it out in public. You gotta live by it, and that's what he should have done. He should have just went up to DaBaby, swung on him. If he would have hit him. Not. It don't matter. You take that L. But him trying to talk to him after you threaten him on social media, you were praying for the best, bro. You're praying for the best and not actually expecting the worst. And that's what happened, the worst. So long story short, I don't think DaBaby was wrong for the way he handled it, but I also still understand Danileigh's brother. That's all I'm trying to say. I do understand where he was coming from. Someone disrespect your family to that extreme, you're gonna feel a way, and you might react in a way that you probably shouldn't. Because again, social media is not for everything. Social media, he already went that way. What he should have done, just pulled up to his crib, asked to speak to him, and tried to, square it up with him at that time. That's how I see it.
No, I get it. So Valentine's Day is coming up, or Galentine's Day for the single ladies. It was a Valentine's Day special. A lot of relationship talk, do's and don'ts, what ifs. Also, it's Big Trey's B-Day.
You thought I was gonna stop? I ain't gonna stop. I was going there. I just want to get at the right time. Want to get at the right time. But yeah.
And then it's National Side Chick Day coming up the day after Valentine's Day.
I know nothing about that. You gotta be hyping up the wrong things, man. I've never heard about that.
But yeah, man. So happy birthday.
That's disgusting.
Leave it in the comments. Happy birthday to Trey.
Happy birthday. Happy Valentine's Day too.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day.
But yes, once again, this is CuzTheInternet podcast. I'm your host Trey.
And I'm your Jose. And you can follow us on all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook. What else do we have?
TikTok.
And then you can at CuzTheInternet, and on Gmail at CuzTheInternet@gmail.com. That's your host Trey. His birthday. I'm your host Zay. Hey. And hey, if it's on the internet, we may talk about it. Hey you.